your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for boarding Land Your Plane podcast. You are on flight 39, support system or side piece. I am your pilot instructor, Della Newt, alongside with my flight attendants. Introduce yourself.
Well, I guess I was trying to wait for the other sisters to go. I will speak. Greetings, everyone. I am Venus Noir, and I'm here bringing the spiritual perspective from my spiritual experience.
I'm Reese.
And I'm Lashonda, ready for takeoff.
And I'm Sunny Moon.
I'm 34 and a half. I'm your favorite cousin from an auntie or uncle you ain't even know you had. You know what I mean? I just made it to TSA. You know what I mean? I still got all my stuff in my bag. So, you know what I mean? I'm glad.
Let's do it. How y'all feeling? How y'all living? What's going on with y'all?
All good.
Everything is everything. Everybody all right?
Yes, we're ready for takeoff.
Ready for takeoff. We got some air conditioning on this flight tonight, right?
Yeah, we got a little bit of air. We got a little bit of air. What should we get into first? The video? All right, yeah, let's get into the video first. We got a video we're gonna watch, then I'm gonna get y'all take, get y'all thoughts on it.
This is what happens when my boyfriend Rob comes to visit me. He's my support choice. That means that we provide a lot of mutual emotional support, domestic care. Because if you read the 9 expressions of love, you know what that means. It's so nice to have somebody who is just like the intimacy is about emotional connection. We both have outside partners, so we sit here talking about our other partnerships and helping each other with our life challenges. We can sit in the house and both be working, like I'm in my office and he's out there working on his computer. He is the dopest party promoter. I am so proud of what he does. He is a lover of free women and I just love him so much. I be cuddling up with him on the couch. I feel so safe and secure in his arms. He even gets me to watch movies that I would usually be afraid of. And it's just my life is better with my support choice because one choice can get crazy and support choice is always comfortable. So I love spending the night with him. He can stay at my house and it's so cozy and I appreciate him so much. And you know, if you want this, if you want community, real community around you where you can get all of your needs met, all you have to do is step into the Council of Free Women every first Saturday at Progressive Love.
Can everybody? Did everybody can see it and hear it? All right.
Yes. Yes. I could.
It wasn't too distorted or anything.
No, not on my side. It was.
Everybody got to watch it. See it good.
I definitely did. It wasn't the best sound ever in the history of sounds, but it wasn't heavily distorted. You know what I mean? It was still good.
All right, cool. So I tried to make sure. That tone in the comment section. Yo, shout out to you. Ladies and gentlemen, support choice. You seen the video? What's your thought? What's your thoughts when you hear that or when you see that? What comes to mind? Ladies first.
comes to mind is polyamory. Is what first comes to. That's the first thing that
Okay.
come to my mind.
Okay. And why? Or that's it.
Well, because she says they have outside. Both of them have outside, and but I wouldn't know what to look at if that video had no sound on it. I wouldn't have thought they had outside partners.
Yeah,
But
you would have thought
she
that.
yeah,
Them.
yeah, she looks very much in love.
She look happy as hell.
Yes, she does. Yes, very much so.
Respectfully. Um, Shonda.
Um, yeah, what first comes to mind is kind of like what Venus said. It looks like another partner. It looks like another support system for her. Um, just another label, I think. I'm not into labels, so that's not my thing, but I know that a lot of people are into labels, but for me it just looks like it's just another form of the kind of the same things. Like an open relationship or a relationship with multiple partners.
Okay, gotcha. Sunny Moon.
I was just thinking like confusion. It's a lot of confusion. I had too many questions watching it, so I just felt real confused. Like this is really confusing because why we didn't get to see the other guy? Am I just tripping? Um,
Her
and
her significant other, or
right, and how she acts
okay.
around that person. We only got one take on one side, and then it didn't like Lashonda said, and also Venus. It didn't seem like it was the side person. It gave more. I was just a little confused. I had a lot of questions still. I don't know.
Okay. Respectfully. Well, hopefully we can get those answered. Giddy. Um, Reese, what's your thoughts when you see or hear that?
I kind of agree. It didn't look like it was a side partner. It looked a side piece. It looked
Hey,
more of like a partner.
hey,
Then again, like she said, you didn't see anybody else in there, so that kind of defines it more as a partner versus a side piece.
hey.
Oh my God, stop!
Hey, Dirt, we gonna go to you. What do you think?
I
What's
don't
your
even
thoughts when you
talk
see
like
that
that.
here?
That's the funniest
You know,
part.
you know what I'm over here. I'm watching the video over there. I'm like, hey, what's going on over here? You know what I mean? If that was my side piece, hey, she had to forget about it. You know what I mean? Forget about it. Hey, I got your side piece right here. That's what I'm thinking over here. I'm watching this video over here.
Gotcha.
Nah, no, but nah, I'm just making. But nah, real life though. Uh, to me, I got questions, I guess, like everybody else, because it's very showful. However, it's like she said they spend the night. Do they fuck? Did she say that?
Sort of. Yeah. They take care of each other.
Did she say that? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Roughly.
I get. You know what? Like I'm not emotionally supportive. I already know that. I don't support emotion. You know what I mean? I'm not a. So I don't know if I would want my partner to have a nigga for that support. I don't know if I want that. I don't know. I just don't like guys. I like guys like his friends, but I can't be like sucking dude off and kissing dude and then coming back and kissing me. Don't that don't get me together. It don't. It'll mess me up. I can't. I'm not that cool with that. I'm not saying anybody who's cool with that is wrong in life. And, enjoy yourself. But for me personally, I think that dynamic of a guy and girl works because of a lot of women being bisexual. So I feel like you really like that's one thing I seen a lot of women saying they bisexual, but then they want one or the other. They should automatically, life is about choice. However, it does make sense to me that person can fit into that. I don't want to. If I was to eat the girl out and come kiss you, it's not that weird. You eat pussy too. But if you sucking a dick and you coming to kiss me, this shit is awkward because I don't suck dick. I don't want dicks by my mouth. Like, you know what I mean? I might kiss you after you suck my dick, but that's a whole different story. Like, I know where my dick been. That's different. And I still don't want to kind of make out too much after you suck my dick either. So that's what so I don't know what type of time that guy's on. He seems awkward.
Gotcha. Hold on, we got somebody in the building.
I
Chef
know
Tone, what up?
he's into that though. He's in everything I said I wasn't into. This guy's into it.
Chef Tone.
Let's hear it for himself. Chef Tone, what up? What's going on, baby?
Hey, bro. What's going on? How you doing, Delanucci?
You already
Good to be back,
you
good
popped
brother.
in. You missed the video.
Yeah.
You wanna did you catch the video or?
Well, first of all, I want to be respectful and give a hello, everyone in the room. Hello, hey, there's Sonny.
Hey, Chef
Oh,
Tone.
hey, hello, hey. Yeah, Venus. Yeah. Nah, I didn't hear I didn't hear it though. Talk to me.
All right, respectfully, I'm gonna let you preview so everybody get the preview one more time. Take notes, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get your thoughts on the video.
This is what happens when my boyfriend Rob comes to visit me. He's my support choice. That means that we provide a lot of mutual emotional support, domestic care. Because if you read the 9 expressions of love, you know what that means. It's so nice to have somebody who is just like the intimacy is about emotional connection. We both have outside partners, so we sit here talking about our other partnerships and helping each other with our life challenges. We could sit in the house and both be working, like I'm in my office and he's out there working on his computer. He is the dopest party promoter. I am so proud of what he does. He is a lover of free women and I just love him so much. I be cuddling up with him on the couch. I feel so safe and secure in his arms. He even gets me to watch movies that I would usually be afraid of. And it's just my life is better with my support choice because one choice can get crazy and support choice is always comfortable. So I love spending the night with him. He can stay at my house and it's so cozy and I appreciate him so much. And you know, if you want this, if you want community, real community around you where you can get all of your needs met, all you have to do is step into the Council of Free Women every first Saturday at Progressive Love.
Can I say one more thing before you go?
Yeah, can I say one more thing too? Because I want to say a bunch of things.
I know. Let me just say one more. I got one more thing to say, please.
All right, go ahead.
When she was sitting there on the couch eating like this, I was like, "That nigga's with the bro." Like, well, I just had to say that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I felt very much so is that he gets it whenever she's ready. I didn't feel like he was wearing the pants. At the points he's fixing chairs and stuff, okay, I get it.
He locked up.
Yeah,
all right,
He frozen.
He need to pay
Gotcha.
that bill.
I got you for when you come back in, cuz. Thoughts on support?
unlocked, right? Unlocked. He didn't know he was
Is
locked
he
up.
back?
He didn't know.
You back? Is he back?
You
Are you
good,
back?
cuz?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Nobody heard the rest of you said he was fixing chairs.
Yeah, you
Nobody heard.
glitched up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make it quick because my shit is terrible.
Yeah, thoughts on the video and support choice or side piece when you hear that comes to mind.
Ah, man, I feel like he's a sucker. Yeah, I don't know if you got that. Is it glitching still?
Now
Nah,
we
you
heard
good.
you.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, nah. Yeah, I don't support this at all. I think this is terrible. I don't think he's ever got women before. I feel like the choices that he's making and his decision to be used like this is amazing.
Okay, okay.
This ain't the
It's breaking up again.
What you say?
I'm
Chef?
not a yo,
Yeah, what you say?
yeah, I'm not a support dog. You know they got them support dogs out there.
Yeah, emotional
Yeah,
support.
yeah. I'm not an emotional support dog. You're not gonna walk me when you feel like it, man. I just ain't into that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like I can't do that. I don't. I feel sorry for him. I feel like he should have blinked twice. Yeah,
Respectfully.
I feel like us right now watching it. I don't even see why we not reaching out and making sure he's all right.
Yeah, watch out. Lashonda almost sprayed her whole computer up. All right. Respectfully. Um, Jem, welcome, welcome. Just popped up in the building. Y'all might get another sneak peek at the video. So y'all get, every
Hell
time you watch the video, you get a little bit more shit. Jem, you made it. You want to preview the video so you catch up on where we at?
All right, roll with the top.
Oh, all right,
We gonna watch it
respectfully.
again. We gonna watch it. He ain't watching it.
No, we good. We say he good.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm not.
Today's show, support system or side piece.
Oh, you
What
just
comes to
started?
mind when you hear that? Or what's your thoughts?
Wait, you just started?
Yeah.
Oh, run that tape then. Run it back.
All right. All right, one more time. One more last and final time. I don't think anybody else is coming in the building. So here y'all go.
This is what happens when my boyfriend Rob comes to visit me. He's my support choice. That means that we provide a lot of mutual emotional support, domestic care. Because if you read the 9 expressions of love, you know what that means. It's so nice to have somebody who is just like the intimacy is about emotional connection. We both have outside partners, so we sit here talking about our other partnerships and helping each other with our life challenges. We can sit in a house and both be working, like I'm in my office and he's out there working on his computer. He is the dopest party promoter. I am so proud of what he does. He is a lover of free women and I just love him so much. I be cuddling up with him on the couch. I feel so safe and secure in his arms. He even gets me to watch movies that I would usually be afraid of. And it's just my life is better with my support choice because one choice can get crazy and support choice is always comfortable. So I love spending the night with him. He can stay at my house and it's so cozy and I appreciate him so much. And if you want this, if you want community, real community around you where you can get all of your needs met, all you have to do is step into the Council of Free Women every first Saturday at Progressive Love.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Tone was right. That's his first girl. He
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing real quick before Jem say anything? As my brothers up here that I know very well, I want to say that it does seem like it is his first girlfriend, but this is cheating. I just want everybody to know this is cheating, okay? I don't care how you look at it. There's no such thing as support group. It's called this is my freaking side chick, okay? This is who I'm going to. This is who I'm going to. As soon as wifey act up, I'm going over here. I'm out of here.
Hey, big Ed, you want that's my work wife.
Yeah, that's my work wife. As soon as you want to argue with me, my work wife is not gonna argue with me.
I can spend the night at my work wife's house.
You know what? My work wife is so happy to see me. She said, "You working today?" I said, "Sure enough, it is, baby." No,
yo,
I beat it by 9:30.
You can't make that shit up.
Jem, a community where all your needs can get met. Support, choice, and side piece. When you watch that video, what comes to your mind?
I want the support. I need it. I got to have the support because I want to go places. I want to go places. I want to do things. I want to spend the night. That's what I want to do.
She gonna let you spend the night.
Wait. She said I can spend the night. That's what she said. She said I can spend the night. Yeah.
She said that.
Yeah, I'm going to spend the night.
You gonna be kissing on her?
Nah, I'm not doing it. She's too open for me.
He kissed her. You can't. She want to be kissed by the person that's spending the night.
Yeah, you supporting her. She wants a support kiss.
She wants a support kiss. That far.
You gonna let her kiss you on the cheek? She can't kiss you on the cheek.
Nah, she's too free. She's too free. She loves me too much. I don't need that type of love, man. See, I'm a Gemini, so I just switch off and on type shit. So you know.
Oh, so one day you could kiss her.
Yeah.
One day you'll kiss her.
And I'm gonna wake up pissed the fuck off. What the fuck? What I get into? What the fuck? She's clingy like a motherfucker, man. Nah, I land though.
Oh, my bad. Respectfully. Let me get my thoughts. My thoughts on when I hear support system or side piece or see that video is identity. Who are you? What are you in that relationship? Shadow work. From my book, Cosmiscuous, as above, so below. Abundance of love and energy, because everybody, the ladies express that you hear polygamy. In a polygamous relationship, I think there's an abundance of love to go around as far as trying to balance out all the emotions. And if somebody's feeling down, there's more people to bring the energy up. So that's true. That's alchemy at its best, I would say. And anchor. Somebody has to be the thing to hold all of this together. You feel me? As far as
the crazy glue.
Say that again.
The crazy glue.
Yeah.
Get it? Crazy glue?
Nah, respectfully. Those are my thoughts. You at home, and you in the comment section, what are your thoughts when you seen that video, heard it? Support system or side piece? What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section. Y'all say y'all had some questions. Each of y'all can go around and put out one of them questions, and let's see if we can get to the bottom of it, and then we move on. Who want to go first? One of the questions that y'all have toward that video.
Hello, ladies. I just want to say hello, ladies.
Greetings, Brother Jim. How are you?
Welcome.
Sonny said she had some questions. Let's start with Sonny.
All right.
What's the good question you have for that?
I asked a couple of them, but just why we didn't see the other side, her with her supporter, and she had a club. Actually, this was an academy that she was signing up people, and I was like, "Where that's at? Where's that academy?" And definitely, I wanted to know what that academy. Cause you kind of cut it off, right? And I was like, "That's the best part." You gotta be more nosy. I want to see the ending so we can kind of get, look that up, see what that's really about. Is there pricing? Is she paying him? There's a lot in this video that's not being said. He looks super happy to me. It looks like he's getting paid. Somebody told me, hey, once a week, what are you doing? I'll give you $1,500. Come chill with me. Be a support system. That don't sound that bad. You got nothing else going on, clearly, because he ain't with his family. So, I don't know. I just got more questions I want to ask. And the video's not giving me enough of that. I don't think you guys can either because you watched the same video. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah. Nah, I didn't do too much homework on it. I think it isn't a legitimate academy or thing. I thought at first watching the video, I thought she was trolling. Like they was playing like a skit or something. Like, you feel me, trying to promote something or just, put content out there.
But
however, Go ahead, Shoshana.
No, I was going to say something. I've seen her before. So she used to be on a show on TV about polygamy. She is married.
Okay.
She's, I think she's married. I think it says like 30 years. She's been married to her husband.
Respectfully.
She's had partners before. Um, so I don't know. I've seen her in different arrangements. Like I saw her in one arrangement where her husband lived there and also her boyfriend lived in the house and they were buying a house together. In that clip, it didn't look like that's what was going on, kind of thing. But she's been in polygamy for a very long time, her and her husband. And if I get the name of the show, I'll put it in the messages or I'll say it out loud. But yeah, her and her husband were on a show together, and they've done like seminars and books and things like that about being in a a poly lifestyle kind of thing. And she's always had multiple partners because the show was specifically about women who had multiple partners. And so yeah, so this is her boyfriend, I guess. I don't think he wasn't on the show. I don't remember his face, but she has had a husband for a long time, so he might be a new partner kind of in her world or something like that. But that's the bit I do know. But yeah, she does have a legitimate course and she does coaching and all of that kind of stuff. She's been doing it for years.
Okay, respectfully. Yeah, I did peek on her channel or on her Instagram a little bit, and going down there, she do him and do was like he has known do for a little bit. I'm not sure as long as for when you know him, but yeah, just further on the history on the channel, he's on there a little bit. Who else has some questions?
I mean, I don't have any questions
Or
completely,
did
but
LaShonda answer about what y'all know?
I mean, to me, I would say she said that her husband was crazy in this in this clip. She said her main person is crazy, and he's not crazy. He's cool and chill. So the only thing, I mean, I have a statement. I guess another statement after watching the video again is I don't think it's cool. Like, to me, if I had a side piece, I don't want to sit around and talk about I just want to get some head or something. I'm not trying to talk about what the other person got going on or whatever. I don't want to talk about that. It's like that to me is like that is very womany. Like she said they both sitting around talking about the other person. I don't want to talk about that. I like to forget stuff, so I don't want to. I don't want to be sitting in the. I don't like sitting in the pain and we sitting there talking about. Oh, you know what happened? Yeah, they squeezed the toothpaste from the middle. I don't want to be talking about that. Like I'm not. I don't give a fuck about that. So again, like I said, I'm not emotionally supportive, so I don't know how to and I don't want to. It was funny. Me and Sig was on the phone talking about that earlier because I guess my auntie's passing away or whatever. God rest her soul if she is, and love her or whatever. But shout out to on Chris. But I'm not calling anybody to ask them how they feel. I don't know. Like, how do you feel about death? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm assuming you feel it. So I don't want to hear about your crazy other nigga. I don't. That shit is awkward to me. I don't want to hear about that. And I guess she's cool. I don't even know why you would need a course. I guess if that was a question, that would be my question. What do you? What makes anybody on here feel that they would need to go to a course about an open relationship or a polygamous thing? What don't you know that you can't Google? Like, what is she about to tell you? You just fuck multiple niggas and let them know about it. That's it. It's not that complicated. Like, if you was gonna go take her course, please just send me the chime of the cash app because I just gave you the whole fucking course. It's like you don't even you can and it's faster too. So you gotta I ain't gonna take all the money because I know you wanted to go to the 3-week thing to figure out. I know Sonny was hype. How do I get an Instagram? What are you about to learn? She can't teach you shit.
I don't know. I just wanted to be nosy. I just wanted to see what it looked like. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy without all the shit she showed, so I really don't care, but I'm nosy.
I don't know what state you live in, but if you want to know what's going on, I don't know if Pornhub is banned in your state, it's banned in mine. I only got X videos. If you want to know what's going on, go to that site. It's free. You don't need a whole course or nothing. Okay. You will know what's going on.
49.99.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's free. Yeah, it's free. The Pornhub
It's
is free,
free.
or XPS is free. You just need internet. That's it. Go through, and that's what's going on when the cameras is not on. There's things going inside of places, and the way he look, it might be something going. And the way he look, it might be something going on in him because he look. I don't know what she said. He's a club promoter. I wouldn't be shocked if I heard what kind of club he was promoting. I'm just going, and there's nothing wrong with it. Shout out to him. But his people and everybody connected, but I don't think he's promoting. I don't think he's promoting a straight club. I don't know. He don't. It don't feel like I don't. I've been to clubs before. I'm a comedian. I go to clubs. I ain't never seen a nigga dressed like that go to clubs. I don't know and promote a club either. Like yeah, I don't know what he's promoting, but yeah, you don't need the chorus. Save your money. Just if you like fucking and that's what you into, just fuck. Have fun. Life is short. She ain't teaching you nothing you don't know. Somebody might be cool with it. Jim said he'd be a support. You know what I mean? He don't care. He just said he won't kiss you. But I'm sure there's another dude who would kiss you, who's gonna be tonguing you down. You know what I mean? Right after you finish, he gonna tongue you down. Like he don't even want you to brush your teeth. You good to go. I'm sure. Like it's just gonna be a lot of dudes who not. Same thing like when you're looking for a girl to be polygamous. There's a lot of women who not with it, but there's a lot who are. It's just about I think that's the one thing you have to remember is a level. That's what I would say is a level of honesty. That's the biggest thing. This is what I want. And then the person who's agreeing with what you want, honestly agreeing, you and that person pulling that together. But I think that's the problem. People feel shame. And that, to me, shame and other things, maybe liking somebody who's not into what you into or whatever, but you like that person, whether they into it or not, and you want to be a good partner for them, and essentially kind of fake, but maybe not the best for them. So I think it's just about just being honest. This is what I want. This is how I'm doing it, whether you're a guy or girl. And let's find some people who want to be involved. I'm sure there's enough people who need to be who's going to find you. Like, you know what I mean? Did you have not that I mean you already said on the show, so I don't feel like I'm exposing you or nothing. You know I'm talking to you. Did you have a partner? Did you have a problem finding partners? Because I know when you said you was polygamous, did you have a problem finding partners?
Yes. And what I mean by that is because I'm not a swinger. So I'm not looking for somebody to just keep hitting it and quitting it. So that wasn't it. There's a difference between like swinging and polygamy. Some people just swing and that's all they're about is the sex part. I was about the relationship part. So that part is harder because just like any relationship you're building, it is a lot harder because like you said, communication is key. Like if we don't agree on what the terms are, what the rules are, that's going to cause problems. If you've got insecurity, jealousies, which they do come up, even in people when they say yes to polygamy, it's going to come up. So you have to work that out. You have to talk about that. You have to, make sure everybody feels heard and then come to some compromises and stuff. But yeah, I wasn't one. I don't do the hit it and quit it, all that kind of stuff. I know people who do. I definitely have friends who do. And I say, if you're looking for that, oh yeah, that's easy. That's easy all day long. You can find some people to have sex with. But if you're looking for a relationship, that's a little bit harder because it's just like any other relationship. Do we have the same values? Are we going the same places? Are we building together? What are we doing? And that's what makes it a little more complicated.
Can I ask you a question? And you don't have to
Mhm.
answer it. Were y'all adding guys or just girls, or was it anybody or type thing? Was y'all was just looking for other
Sure.
girls? I know.
Yeah, so I dated a man before. The
Okay.
last partner I had was a man. And it really was about the person. I actually was looking for another female, but it wind up this guy came in and it was just great chemistry and a really good relationship. Kind of thing. And we worked that out and we navigated that. And that was not easy by any stretch of the imagination. It took a whole lot of communication, whole lot of communication. And then sometimes I didn't even want to talk. People always say women want to talk. I was like, time out. I don't want to talk to nobody. Like I was talked out. So, but it helps because people need to feel like they have value in a relationship. And that's what you want to do. If you really care about someone and love them, you want to treat them with the utmost respect. And that was my objective in my relationship is to make sure everybody felt loved and was treated with the utmost respect.
Is that value talking? Is value? Maybe that's not your value. Maybe your value is sucking dick. Why everybody value it got to be talking? I don't know. I'm confused about that. Some people are not valuable talkers. Is that not true? You making faces. Am I wrong, Sonny? Some people ain't valuable talkers.
No, you're right. I mean, there's plenty of people that can't, hold a conversation or want to hold a conversation. You're correct.
No, no, no. All right. Would you agree to this too? There's some people who want to hold the conversation who aren't good at conversations. They can want it, but they're not good at it.
Of course. Of course. Yes, we can say that.
I don't think that's what she's saying, though. you know, she's actually saying that communication is just like any other relationship. It's the most important thing, even in a polyamorous environment. And then sometimes you have to compromise and sacrifice things that you don't want to do for the sake of keeping peace in the community. That's how I understood it. Not just that she adds value because she's a great conversationalist or lack thereof or
Oh
lack of
no,
value.
she said not to cut you off, V, but she was saying how she let the person talk when she didn't want to talk, and I'm like, everybody's. I think that's one thing that people be wanting to talk that are not that great of talkers. Like they just want to talk because they
Mm.
think that means something, but it doesn't. Like you're not even that good at it. Just shut the fuck up.
And I saw you found his picture of his husband, of her husband. I said his husband. I mean her husband.
The way she was sitting eating, you don't know if that's
I
you
know.
know.
Somebody
Why?
called her a man earlier.
Yeah, she's she's not very. I don't know.
Definitely. Thank you, Lashonda, for sharing that. Mo, Dirt, good question. Anybody else? Questions for each other or statements,
Yeah,
comments?
I have a question for Sister Lashonda. Um, is there a difference between polygamy and polyamory, or is it the same thing, or is it just called polygamy when people are married? Um,
There is a difference, and I'm the worst person to ask because I don't do titles. Like,
you did say that.
yeah, you could ask me. Like, I don't even learn them. And that's it. I always ask people to explain because like even in the poly community, like there's meetings and things that we have for the poly community, and we'll go out and we socialize. And even though everyone in the room is poly, I still will ask, how do you do your poly? Because
Mm,
everybody does it different. I don't want a term. I want to know exactly what you're doing. Like we go to the rooms and we even wear bracelets in the sense of like, what are you looking for tonight? So everyone's really clear even before you open your mouth to say what somebody's looking for, if they're looking for a male, female, both, whatever the case is, so that you're also really clear. Like if a guy comes up and talks to you and you say you have a female bracelet on, they're just talking to have conversation because they're
mm,
really clear and they already know. But it's nice to be in a room where people understand and you can talk about, well, me and my wife do poly this way and blah, 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 or me and my girlfriend do poly this way and this is what we're looking for. So you can have that kind of conversation about it. Um, but yeah, I am the worst person to ask about any titles and any labels because I don't learn them. Yeah.
find it interesting, but I know
Yeah.
Dirt is like, no.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. I tell people all the time, it's really hard. It's really hard. It's not for the faint of heart. People think, "Oh, it's
Mm,
just free sex," but when you talk about relationship building and
mhm,
multiple relationship building, that's a lot different than just having a sex partner or a side piece. That's way easy. That's so
mm,
but having relationships and expectations and what it means and all the rules and being what we call a hinge where I was the one in the middle where I have two partners that's a lot. People like, "Ooh, you
wow.
got your cake and eat it too." Uh-huh, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Respectfully.
Now, I would think,
Well,
what's best, being poly, which is open and everybody's in and nobody's in the dark, or having affairs for the men, for the brothers.
Mm, good question.
you said what's better, poly or
Yeah. I mean, even for
cheating?
sisters or brothers, I think sisters, I know that we want our men, we want them all to ourselves or our significant other. But Would you rather be aware that he's with someone else? And I already got Dirt's answer, but he can still answer. Long as she's not performing fellatio and bringing it home.
Yeah, I would prefer the poly, but it wouldn't our agreement wouldn't be other males. She would, it would be, with other sister wives and stuff like that. And then, we'd be setting up our dynamic like that. Yeah, I definitely would pro poly.
I agree with the brother.
I also I third that motion. I just feel like I said, it's easier when somebody is into the opposite sex too to say open that up like that. Or more
Mhm.
comfortable. I don't want to call everybody who say they girl can have a boyfriend gay, but I'm just saying like I think that it's easier to open that up. Like because yeah, there's gonna be things like that. Like I don't wanna see another nigga meet or be thinking about that. I'm not into that. So I would think it's easier for a girl who probably is into that, or maybe even not. Some people might not even like other girls, but they're, you know what I mean? They are more comfortable. But no, I wouldn't. Yeah, I couldn't see myself with a girl who had multiple dudes or other dudes coming through. I'm not into that part of it. Again, it's because I'm fake sexist. I don't look at women as leaders. I don't think so. That to me is like a leadership thing. That's like the
Mm.
leader, the king, the person who's in charge needs more people to be in charge of. They need that in order to build a kingdom. I don't think a woman is as a king. I think of them as another person to be in a kingdom to help in that kingdom move forward. And I'll end with that.
On the chessboard, the queen is the most powerful piece.
You would think so, but the most powerful piece would be the one that dies and the game's over. If the game can continue without that piece, it
That's
can't.
true. That's
If the
true. The
game can
king is
continue,
the yes. The
if the
king
game,
is checkmate.
yeah, if I can continue the game without that piece, then it's not that powerful, truly.
Yeah, it's not that
Touche.
powerful. I play
Touche.
chess for real.
Touche. Touche.
It just moves around better than most, but you still can get got.
You play chess, Venus?
Yeah, I'm teaching myself. Yes.
Oh, but have you ever have sorry? So I guess you're just kind of beginning. And I'm not saying that offensively, but I guess you could
Yeah,
tell me which level
beginner.
you are at. But
I'm
however,
I'm
what
at
you
a
want to say?
beginner. I'm beginner. I'm a beginner.
Okay, have you ever won a chess game without your queen? Because that's a beginner thing. Like you always moving the queen to help you try to win and you're gonna power in that. But have you won
Hmm.
a game without the queen yet?
No, no, but I've had more than one queen on on the board.
Yeah.
You know,
and
so
that helped
Wait
and
a
that
minute.
helped
If
and
you're a
that helped you
beginner, who the
win.
hell you was playing? Yeah, who
no,
who
you
was you
can
playing? If you're a
when
beginner, multiple
you can
queens on the board.
well you yeah your
I
pawn
ain't
is
never.
Every
promoted.
pawn, every pawn can turn
No,
into a
I
whatever
know
piece you
how
want
to
to.
play chess, but if you had multiple queens on the board and you're a beginner, the person you was playing didn't know how to play.
You know, I focus on the pawns
Mhm.
to get them to so I can have multiple knights. You know, I try to get those pawns to the other
What?
side. That's
Some
my
people say
strategy.
Who are you playing
it's funny.
against?
It's
Well,
funny
I
because
play against different people. It's an app, and first you play against the
Oh,
app, and then you start playing against other
oh,
people that are
okay.
you said the queen
Ain't
is the most
no
powerful,
human. Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. Ain't no human.
some people believe the pawn is more powerful because of the fact that it can turn to anything.
yeah,
Some people
yeah.
feel like that because of the fact that it has once it makes it across, it can, like you said, it can be any other pieces, meaning it can move any way it wants to. So people believe in that, and they also believe that to first win the game, you need a good pawn game. Those are people that make the sacrifices, and so I think that yeah, people that assume that the queen is the most powerful, yeah, that's at your chess level right now. I gotta beat you one day. I don't know if you're not in the group chat because I would send you a link. I do be playing chess too. I play chess on my phone all the time. That's one of my things I do.
Send
Yeah.
me the link, nigga. Send me the link.
I want
I'm not a
competition.
beginner. Yeah, I'm not a beginner. I'm not a beginner. What you talking about?
You under a beginner. You below a beginner.
Yeah. All right. So play me then. The next time we get on this show of yours, you're gonna be like, yeah, that nigga Gemini, he's good.
But it's interesting that I always choose a queen when it asks me what do I want to promote my pawns to. So often it's fascinating. You can't have more than one king,
You're a
but you can have
woman.
more than one queen. There's
Yeah.
polyamory on the chessboard.
You ain't gonna turn that into that. No, it ain't.
You can
It's
only
Respectfully,
have
not.
one queen,
y'all
but you
link
can have
up.
multiple queens.
Y'all link up after the show. Get that battle on. Let's get to the first scenario. Emotional backup plan. A husband in a polygamous marriage says one of his female friends is just his emotional support person. He want he vents to her about problems he doesn't share with any of his wives. One wife finds out he's talking to this woman every day and feels betrayed. We're gonna start with the ladies first. Ladies' question is: at what point does emotional support from someone outside the relationship become emotional cheating? It's on the floor for the ladies.
At what point outside of the relationship does hmm,
Emotional support from someone outside the relationship become emotional cheating? At what point?
Well, I'm gonna say like when your energy comes in the home and it completely shifts, because of it, like now you become more angrier towards me or have less patience or um my little flaws that you had no worry about, now they become an outbroken thing because and then afterwards it's because of this person that is better or can reciprocate better or can do better. That's when it becomes a problem, because of course if you want to go be happy, that's fine, but if you're going to be in the home with this person, don't you have to learn how to grow with them as well, teach them as well, you know what I mean, especially being the man. Where do you put your hat on for another thing? You wear a lot of hats just like we do, right? So when do you take that hat off and put another one on? I land.
Okay, so you said that the energy shift, low key.
I would agree with the energy shift, but I also would say when you start putting that outside person before your partner in all aspects, I feel like that's when it becomes a problem.
Quick question. Don't y'all want to be the main wife so you can teach? Because if you already got the lessons from him and y'all both bring somebody in, woman, shouldn't you teach?
Yeah, I feel like you should teach the other woman if you're bringing her in, if that's what your dynamic's going to be. But I also think that men don't want to take time to invest in the person they quote unquote are with and love, but then they put all that time and effort into this quote unquote side person, or they go have a relationship with this side person for 2 years, and then they're like, oh, let's just be together. So if you invest in the person that you're with and support that person and build together and then bring in that person, then you're the king, you're leading it, but that woman is now also teaching the other woman her roles as well.
That's what I believe. Because then it
mm,
shouldn't be jealousy with y'all. It should just be y'all should be on the same page. So you got to teach. I put it out there. It's open. Let's get it. Here comes the woman. Yeah, I want to know what I taught you. So teach the woman.
I think some of the
I'm always
jealousy
gonna have
would
a one
come
on one with her.
in. I think some of the jealousy would come in is if you're building this relationship outside of your relationship and then trying to bring this person in after you treated your first partner not respectful or not good, to build with this person, and now you're trying to put it together, if that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, that's a weak-minded person, male, to me. You gotta be, if you want, because it's a lot, take them on to a woman. Their emotions, their feelings, their thought process, their abandonment. It's a lot taken on that. So you gotta be ready. Like my sister said, it's a lot of work.
Well, would that be if you know about the bond, you just don't know about what's being discussed, but you know about the bond, you know about them, meeting up, doing certain things together. However, and that part is not in secrecy. So you're saying this the secrecy the mistrust comes from if they try to make a relationship after they've already had their own set up their own like relationship with them, is what you're
Okay.
saying?
No, is that part in secrecy, not in secrecy because they were honest with you and told you, or you found out?
No, they had like you said, it went 2 years, and now they feel it's a time that, all right, I want all of us to sit down and talk.
No, I was referring to a situation where you're doing that behind your partner's back and then trying to bring it to the table.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But
That's your
you weren't honest with your partner that you were even seeing somebody in the beginning. Your partner found out. If you're upfront about it, then and that's what you're trying to do is build that dynamic. I don't think that you would be trying to build the relationship separate. You would put that relationship together with both of them in order to build without people being jealous. It starts to become more jealousy when your partner's being neglected, but this person is being that relationship's being built without you even involved at all. And then it's like, oh, boom, here you go.
You see, it's crazy because if you're the main girl and you feel that way, you said yes to it. And I gotta put in work. So there's no time to be jealous. We're not working on the same playing field. If you taking that time back and looking at it differently, we both agreed on this. Now you feel type of jealous. That ain't on me. That's on you. That's how I
No,
feel.
I think you're misunderstanding the point. The relationship with the other person was built behind this person's back, and then you're
Now I
now
got
bringing
it.
it to your partner.
Now I got it. That's trifling. That's definitely trifling if you're looking at it like if it's
And
that way. Yeah.
granted, granted it could work like that. Somebody in somebody's life, it could really work like that. But I feel like to answer the question, that's what I was saying. That's when it becomes a problem. The initial question is that when you stop being a partner to your partner, that is where the issue comes in play because now you're being emotional and doing all this to this other person, but now your partner, the one that's at home or whatever you want to scenario you want to say, is not getting anything and they're completely being 100% neglected because your whole focus is this person.
Respectfully.
I get what you're saying.
I got you. All right, so we got one for energy shift and one for secrecy. Ladies, Lashonda V. Question is, at what point does emotional support from someone outside the relationship become emotional cheating? Yeah, I need the scenario again, or
Can he hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it becomes cheating when you're not honest. And it's Reese. Is that who it was? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I want to make sure I have the name right. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like if it's kept in secret, then that's cheating. That's just bottom line. But just like Gemini said, if this is something we agreed to, we signed on for, and everybody's working toward the same goal, that's fine. But I feel like when there's neglect happen, that's a problem. And if you're going at this from a monogamous standpoint where it has to be one or the other, that's where it gets dangerous. like, oh, you're going to love me more than this one, or you're going to love me more than that one. That's when it gets really tricky and dangerous. And if you're one of those people that it's all or nothing, or it's this or that, then those relationships aren't going to work for you. But if you're able to communicate and share it from the beginning and just work it through, I think it's okay. But when you start neglecting your partner, that's a problem. You got to be honest. You got to be like, you got to take responsibility for yourself. You got to own up and say, why am I doing that? You know, why am I not spending time with her? Why am I not talking to her? Why are we not going out? Why do I not want to be bothered with her? And you know, it happens. People fall out of love. They don't get the same from the relationship anymore, but that's worth a conversation. It's not worth, oh, I'm just going to disregard you and I'm going to keep going to this other person, because then that is a cheating scenario. You're leaving someone there without a choice and without an opportunity to fix it or work on it while you're over here building something and not sharing.
No, I totally agree, and that's to build on what you was talking about.
Yeah,
That's why I said
yeah, yeah.
that shadow work is a part of, if you do feel neglected, why do you feel that way? And you have to internalize that and really quite, you feel me? Look at that. Why do I feel neglected? Because he is, sustaining or having emotional support, seeking, support elsewhere. Why do I feel that way? And that's the shadow work I was talking about. Respectfully.
Go down fucking stairs and look. Like, come on.
Um, who's next? V.
Wow, this is a very loaded subject.
Loaded
And
potato.
because, from my experience, how I've learned to love is I've learned to love in freedom. And so, and I think a large part of that came from my father's murder, that I learned that you can't love, true love doesn't have a, is how what I learned. And because anyone is free to leave your life, whether in, my dad's case, he died, but, you know, and I remember thinking as a younger person, like people are going to leave your life anyway, and so you just love them for while you have them for who they are in that given moment. And as I put myself in a situation where a man has another friend and he's getting his emotional needs, um, I feel like I've always felt like I can't control a man. Now, if I find out, I would probably ask him more or less like, why didn't you feel you could come to me if there was no sex and if there's no other, things going on, it's just emotional. Why didn't you feel you could talk to me about it? In my relationships, even now in life in general, my relationship and my walk in, with the spirit is the most important thing. And I think that's what helps me to love without attachment. Because if I learn to grow in love with spirit within myself, then I always can be in love. I'm always in love, whether someone's there or not. I can't control another person. And if this is a friend of his and we're still good, then it's okay. But if it gets to be a point, like I think the sisters on the call mentioned the energy shift, then it gets to be a concern. That's, when the energy starts shifting, then it means he may be drifting away. And if he is, drifting away and the emotional support ends up growing into something more intimate, like sexual or anything like that, then, I have to say, okay, you're free to go. It'll hurt. I'll be hurt. But I'll get over it. And but I've always believed that I can't force a person to do what they don't want to do. um you have to want to. But if we are in a committed relationship and he's getting his emotional needs met someplace else, I would probably ask him, why didn't you come to me? And but if the relationship that we have is intact and I'm okay and everything is okay at home, then that's his friend, you know and you're entitled to have conversations with a friend. And so I would just be concerned with the energy shift, like the sisters mentioned. At that point, then I would have a. And I land with that.
Respectfully. Fellas, any questions for them?
I guess I have more
So
of a statement than a
if
question.
so, yeah. I mean, so if I bring in someone and I need to train her because you're not doing a good job, I'm failing. So I need to train her, right? So I'm the bad guy because I'm spending a week with her. So to catch her up, like I need this, I need that. And you're not being neglected. You're there, but you see me working. I'm trying to get her up to speed.
But that's not the scenario, Brother Jim, that we're speaking of per se. And I think somebody may have mentioned that in the conversation. And this is just it's just a friend. Maybe she's a work wife. Maybe she's someone he grew up with. Maybe um, she's just someone he knows, and he's this is someone he has somehow developed a certain level of trust. And but I don't think there's a level of training per se if she's not being pulled into a polyamorous situation. She's actually a friend outside of the relationship. You know, and
That
as
was
a
my
man,
question. Yeah, that was
yeah,
my
you're
question.
getting your emotional, you're trusting her emotionally over your significant other.
Mm.
Okay. My dialogue that I want, or maybe some questions in there too, is that I think that when you talk about the emotional shift, I want to know. I think it's easy to put that on the other person, but what part? I think we talked about this on the show before. Like, what part do you play in it? I think that it's easy to say, "Oh, they're being emotionally connected to this other person because they like that other person better or whatever." But like I said before, when we had it, I think on a different show, we was talking about it. Is like, am I listening the same? Do I listen as much? Is this what's going on? And I feel like essentially in that when you're trying to say that is an emotional shift, can you truly say that your emotions have stayed the same or have your emotions shifted? And is your emotional shift causing him to not mimic, but is it causing a shift altogether? It's like, am I always, and now that to me would be more telling. If I'm being the exact same person in a positive way, and then you're emotionally shifting, that's a difference. But if I'm creating conflict with you and we're having conflicts, it would make sense that there's an emotional shift.
Yeah,
There's
that's
the,
why I
it,
said I would ask, why did you feel like you could not come to me?
but again, like I think, not to cut you off, V, but I would say, yeah, I get that, but I do think, and that's what I said earlier. I was making a joke, but they say there's some truth in jest. I think that people either undervalue or overvalue themselves. I think they either undervalue or overvalue themselves and put value in different things and want to be want to cover all of these things. I can do everything. You don't need this person to do anything. And you don't need anybody else to do anything. I can be the complete value of everything. And I think that some people are stars. That's like polygamy or anything like that, or even life is a team sport. Everybody can't rebound. Everybody can't block on a basketball team, but you can win a
Mhm.
champion with those same people who may only have two things they're great at.
I like the way you put that.
So
Mhm.
it's like, I think that's the biggest thing of acknowledgement or accountability of, you know what, like I said before, I mean, I don't know if they watch the show or not, but I'm not a good listener. I argue when you listen, or I give too much judgment. So it makes sense why this person might have this person for listening,
Mm.
because this person might
I
just
play
be a
your role.
better
Yeah.
listener. It doesn't mean they're better than you. The person, um, a, I'm not a big basketball guy, but the Austin Reed guy and LeBron James were on the same team. Who's the better basketball player? Are we going to probably say LeBron James? However, Austin Reed was the better 3-point player. He can make 3-point shots better. So just because this person's good at this thing they're good at, I think that to me would be the centralized thing of a open or polygamous relationship, would be allowing people to shine in the things they're good at and still continuing to shine in the things you're good at, instead of seeing it as it's a competition now and this person's winning or losing. And am I maintaining my energy to make sure that this person's energy towards me is going to be what I want it to be? It ain't even about matching energies, because I hate when people say that I match energy. I don't try to match energy. I think that's that's not a leadership role, matching energy. However, at the same time, I might not match the energy, but I can't be a lovey-dovey person to a person who's giving me negative energy. I'm not trying to give you negative energy back, but I'm looking at you, you're looking at me mean, or I'm going to give you a hug.
He changed it up.
Huh?
Changed it up. I say, you see how you changed it up? Cute though. I liked it.
I'm gonna just add.
What?
I like it a lot the way you changed it up though. You know what I mean? But what I did want to get to as you ran it, you little crybaby, work a little
Wow,
harder,
that's
nigga. Work a
crazy.
little harder, nigga. Hey, I'm gonna get on
We're
you.
not gonna win.
Kick it off, and I was
We're
real
not gonna
waiting on
win,
it.
bro.
It took like 10 minutes, and it's okay. I got breath too, nigga. But let me tell you, you just sit up here and really say, this nigga sat up here and really said, well, what did you do? Wait a minute, nigga. Sit back and listen, nigga. What you mean? Most women is gonna be good to a man. It's hard to find a man to be good to you. So let's be clear. This is America. Can I get an amen here? This is America. It's more good women
Women.
out here than there is men, because men feel like they can just attach to one person and then everybody else is a slut. Women don't think that way. Highly of women don't think that way.
Mhm.
Right? So that what
But
makes it a big difference in the
y'all
society
do
that
get
when they
jealous
say,
fast.
hey, Jim, whenever it's your turn, it will be your turn. I got to get on Dirt because he just had a lot of time. And I can't believe him. I can't believe y'all sit here and let him, you know what? You know what, Dirt? And
But
then
that's one of the
he sat up
this
here and said, no, because he playing on here. He playing on here. He trying to make
he
it seem
didn't
like
have
it's
this
the
plan yet.
female's problem of why the man has shifted his energy, but really he is the thinker, the thought. So he's supposed to be giving them to me. I can't read your mind. I can't read your mind, right? So if you feel like I'm not communicating enough, then open your mouth. And if you can't do it without anger, then you need to go sit somewhere in a corner and figure it out, because we're here together. We're here together. Figure it
Oh
out.
my
You're the
goodness.
thought.
See,
You're the
see,
head.
see that?
You're the structure. You
Ooh.
figure it out. Why you waiting on me to figure it out? I am gonna figure it out, but why can't you help me? Where's your job at? When do you put your 10 feet down for me though? It's okay, you're getting your happiness there. Great. Grab that shit and bring it home, nigga. Cause she's not staying, right? She just an outdoor
Oh
play,
my God.
right? You just enjoying yourself,
See, that's what I
right?
said.
Then do so, boy. But when you get to this house, though, when do you carry it with you? When do you allow it to environment in this environment that we're in? When do I get to learn what you have so we both can have it better? Why? Why can't you? You the only one, nigga? You's the grittiest nigga I ever met. Only me. You better figure it out, bitch. You better figure it out. You know what? I'm a land. That's what I'm gonna do.
See,
Hey,
see,
let me.
see. The
Can I go
crazy, the
You better
first?
crazy
stand
All
up,
thing,
right.
the
fight
crazy
back,
thing is,
lady. Land.
the crazy thing is that you're the main girl, right? You're the main girl. So now I got to deal with that problem, being the main girl. There's no room for another one because you told me to sit down in the corner and figure it out. Or if I can't, you do it.
Because how are you going to be able to
So
take both of our energy? You're talking about you want to be able to have two women. How are you going to be able to have two women if you can't catch two energies? You need to figure your
I got
energy
to,
out first.
I
Figure
got
out
to
your
calm
energy
you
first, because
down.
it doesn't
I
matter.
got to.
It's not about calming me down. It's about how you're reacting to how I'm reacting. There's plenty of men that watch a woman scream in her face and don't scream back. They can still have a cool conversation with her and bring her down. You know why? Because he already checked himself. He already checked himself. That's why. His next job is to check her. And not to check her is not to abuse her, not to get louder, not to use words or not her background, not to make her feel less than, because this other woman that you don't even know about, nigga, you talking to this. You know what? I'm a land. Okay.
Let me
I'm a
go.
land.
Can I go, Gemini? Can I go?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. I ain't touching this one. I ain't touching this one.
No, man. Listen. Let me just tell you something right now. The problem is is always the leader. It's always the leader. However, a reality is you want to say a person is a bad leader, but people hate the president, but he's still the president. That's the reality of life. Whether you think I'm a good leader or not, my leadership is only going to be proven through good followers. If I can have people who know how to follow, I can maintain my energy and not scream and do all of those things back. But if that's what your energy is, that's your energy. It don't matter how long I don't scream or can try to talk to you in a proper way. If you're a screamer, you're a screamer. That's how you came. Now you're mad
Get
at
a
me
better
because I'm
bitch. I don't want a better bitch. I want my bitch better. If you can't teach the bitch, you can't grow the bitch. The bitch don't need to be in your presence. Why are you still with this bitch? If you can't teach this bitch nothing, you can't grow this bitch. This bitch can't grow without around you. And you the one that's supposed to be teaching. Why are you around her? You know what people do when teachers are in class and these student is not able to be able to catch up with the other students, they bring another person in to teach this motherfucker because they ain't got time for all that. They gotta teach the ones that's moving, that's going, that's allowing the energy in the education to attach to their brain and their ability of moving. Like, get a better bitch. That's my idea.
I didn't. You see that right there? I sat there just now and let
Crazy.
you talk and never cut you off the whole time. I know Gemini did. However, I never cut you off any time. But see, that's your dynamic. That's who you
That's
are.
it.
That don't mean that I can't see potential in you in other areas and feel like that's worth working with and hoping that you will come into the situation in the right, correct way. However, but me accepting, I think Venus speaks on it too. On an ultimate love and an unconditional love, I'm loving you through your thoughts. I'm loving you through the bags you carry. I'm loving you through that. I'm not, but that my love doesn't mean that I'm a sucker who gonna just let you just pussy bully me and shit. It don't
Thank
mean
you.
that. My
Thank you.
love is the fact I didn't wait before you cut me off. I see you, person there, but before you cut, my love is that I just don't, like you said, go get a better bitch. That's the love you don't acknowledge. That's the acknowledgement. Because you're right. If there was no love, if there was no connection, then I could just go get a better bitch. But the fact that I didn't do that shows that there's some love and some commitment to this situation that we're trying to grow and the belief that you could get it together. And I'll land with that.
I gotta bring somebody around your energy. So if that's your energy and I accept your energy, I gotta find somebody almost like you, but have a different playing field.
No, but the problem is men use that as an excuse because they don't ever bring a bitch that's even on your level back. They out here with bitches that ain't shit.
You're the main character. So nobody's suitable. Everybody, see, that's what I'm saying. You have to train her. You
You
have to
can't,
train her.
you can only train somebody who's willing. So again, this goes back to Dirty's point
I'm
of
not using the word train. Like, I didn't mean to use the word train, but you know what I
okay,
mean? Like,
either way, this goes back to his point before of if you have two people that are really willing to do the polygamous relationship, if you really have two women that are going to do that, you can't have one person way up here, one person down here, but this one person down here don't want to do nothing to even become equal on a level. So it's like that person has become so comfortable because you put them before your partner that they feel like they can now come in and act the same way and disrespect your partner instead of try and build that.
You know
I
what's
ain't
funny?
touching
You
it.
know what's funny? You know what's funny? I
I
was
ain't
talking
touching
about
it.
somebody I know who got into a fight. And I'm not going to say the person's name, even though they don't watch the show. But I'm just going to talk about it. We was talking about I seen them put that they was going to be pressing charges because they was a victim of the fight. The fight didn't turn out how they thought it would turn out. And I was like, when I think of a victim, I think of somebody who is being an innocent person who's not causing any conflict, who's not doing that, who's being attacked. Who is being attacked? Who not? And when the person's trying to scream at you, you're not screaming back. When a person's arguing with you, you're not arguing back, and then they hit you. Not we both screaming, y'all both screaming each other's face, and then they hit you, and now you want to press charges. And I think that's the thing of where it's like, hey, am I going to be a person who's going to spread positivity and be positive? And even if this person is here and I'm trying to teach this person, am I leading them in any way of negativity by being negative myself? Am I doing that? Because people are mimics in a sense of why I think that's the one thing I love about recovery taught me. It's a fact I feel, but my feelings aren't always facts. So while you might think you know that, oh, he loves this person more, like Reese was saying, oh, he loves this person more, while you think you know that, that person knows the opposite. They know the opposite, that you love that, oh, he really loves her more. They know that. So they say, how is she being? I should be like her because I want to get the same love that she's getting. That's what I'm saying about accountability and realizing, what am I doing? What energy am I bringing? What am I representing? Am I the person who is creating any conflicts or not? If I'm not doing that and then that happens, then I can sit there and be a victim. I could be an innocent person. But if I am bringing negativity and doing negative things too, and then this person's doing it too, and I get, and like the person get into it, they lose or it's a conflict, then yeah, that's what happens when people are quarreling. When people quarrel, it doesn't always go the right way. That's why I don't like quarreling. That's why I'm not into that. I'm too old. I'm retired. I'd have been in a car accident. I'm not trying to fight nobody physically. So right now, I would be the pussy nigga. Somebody screaming, saying crazy shit to me, I'm gonna be, oh man, you got it. You got it. I'm not going to sit there and keep cursing back at this person and then wonder why something happened. Because I know where it leads to. I think that people's actions don't reflect where they want things to lead to. If I want this to work, this is what I have to do. It will be some ups and downs. Life's a roller coaster. But I know what I'm trying to get to. I know what I'm trying to make. Nothing is perfect. There is no perfection. So what can I do to be the best in this situation? But it's harder to say that than to just blame it on somebody else. Kind of like what Sunny was doing just now too. She was saying, instead of saying, why is she acting like this towards the guy she's with, I'm blaming on him for not being able to check me and put me in my place. That's what leads somebody to being conflicted.
No, that's not anything that I said, but that's how you perceive it. And I know you would. It didn't matter what I said. You're going to still see it your way. So it's not for you. It's for the audience. You understand me? If you're stuck,
I
then get out. You feel me? That's what I'm here for. What I'm saying is that I need a booklet. Like, I wanted to write some of this shit down. It just eased my mind, you know? And then thank you, Reese, for fighting back. Thank you, baby. This is crazy. It's crazier about here.
Now she connect with the mafia.
It's because everybody wants to play victim at some point, and that's just a natural thing as a person. And it's like men don't want to take the accountability that they want to be the victim at some point, but they're not going to say that they're playing the victim card. Because realistically, if you're not communicating with your partner that they're doing something wrong and you're seeking that outside, that's a you problem as well. Where's your accountability? That person, yes, has to be accountable for their negative actions. But if you're not communicating with that person's not going to even know maybe that they're doing something wrong.
So if somebody tells somebody they're doing something wrong, they say, this is what you're doing wrong. And they say, no, it's not that. This is what it is.
Okay. So there's a couple things here.
We're always going to bump into that.
Yeah, no, you're not always going to bump into that. So I want to clarify this. Real talk, I want to clarify this. Wise people don't play victim. Let's be clear. You can call yourself a man, you can call yourself a woman all day. It doesn't make you emotionally intelligent, and it doesn't make you wise, and it doesn't make you mature. Because a mature, wise person will not play a victim. I don't care what sex you are. So if you playing the victim, then you got to check yourself and look at yourself and take responsibility for the choices that you made. Because somewhere along the line, you got yourself in that situation. Somewhere along the line, you saw the stop sign and you went through it and said, I'm gonna sit in this relationship. So that's on you, that you took part in all of that crazy. The other thing is you don't date potential, because potential may never show up. So I don't date potential. You look at the person of how they show up, who they are today, and you decide if you're going to be with that person right there and then. You don't date potential. That's how you get messed up. Oh, I see it in them. Oh, maybe they'll be this way. Maybe they'll be that way. And maybe what? And maybe I'll get $1,000 tomorrow at Lotto. That ain't how you live life. That ain't how you date. That's not how you build something healthy. You have to look at this person right now and say, can I deal with them right now, the way that they are? Not what I want them to be, not what I hope they're going to be, not what I see they could be, but who are they at this moment? Good, bad, or indifferent. Who are they at this moment? And can I handle that? And if someone comes to you and says that, I see that you're doing something wrong, first of all, you need to be really clear in your relationship. If someone's coming to you and say, hey, I really need to talk to you because there's a problem, if you get defensive, check yourself. Lack of emotional intelligence right there and then. And for the person who's with someone who has a lack of emotional intelligence, you got to know that. You got to know I'm dealing with someone who doesn't have emotional intelligence. So I can't come at them and say, oh, you're doing this wrong, because they're going to fly off at the handle. If somebody flies off at the handle, that's who they are. Believe it. When they show you who they are, believe them. Stop pretending like you don't know who the person is when you know who they are. Stop trying to act like you dating somebody that you're not. If somebody brings trash in your house, why are you there? Like, real talk, why are you there? I tell my children that all the time. If you dating somebody, don't bring trash up in my house, because you know I'm going to read them and tell them about themselves. And then when they leave, I'm going to sit you down and talk to you. I'm going to be honest with you, straight up and honest. I don't do this niceness, because nice is false. I do real and honest. So we got to be honest in the relationship. And the first thing you got to be is honest about who you are. How am I feeling? Oh, you know what? I'm feeling insecure right now. So I'm about to yell at you because I'm feeling insecure. Maybe I need to put myself in timeout because I can't really hear you right now, because all the crap that's going on in my head is too loud and I can't hear you. You got to control yourself. It isn't somebody else's job to control you, man, female, whatever. You came in this world by yourself. You're going out by yourself. You have to control you. That is your only job in this world, not anybody else. And so we have to take more responsibility and not blame, because what do we say? One's pointing at and three's pointing back at us. Real talk is you. It's always you. Your relationship's messed up, it's your fault. I don't care what that person did. It's your fault because you chose them and you chose to stay. Point blank. You always need to look at yourself, because at every moment you have a choice. Even if you're held at gunpoint, you have a choice. It may not feel like good choices, but you do have a choice. I'll land with that.
Respectful, gentlemen.
I just wanna,
Hold on. Before you get your thoughts, I want to get the question and then you give me your thoughts. The gentleman, the male question: if a man can't be emotionally honest with his wives, is it wrong for him to seek support from another woman? Okay, you can go with your thoughts and then we can answer the question.
I just want to talk about the potential thing, or who you are. I think that in a life where we are constantly changing and growing, sometimes who I was is more relevant than who I are. You know, because you know what I mean, because who I was yesterday may not be who I am today. You know what I mean? So I feel like, yeah, yesterday I felt like this, but today I feel like this. So because I think it's less about it's because of that reality that I face of somebody could have met me 5 years ago and I was smoking weed and drinking liquor. If they met me then and the person I am now is different. I don't drink, I don't smoke. So was the chance, was that a potential in me? Yes. I get the point that sometimes it doesn't always go through, and that, yeah, you could be thinking about something happening that's not going to happen. It's like a draft. when they draft, like I go back to sports too, but when they draft the person into the league, they don't know this person's going to be a champion. They're hoping that this person can be great. So I think that you don't want to completely date. Your complete reason for dating that person shouldn't be potential. I agree to that, but I think that can push it forward too in its own way. That I don't need I'm not trying to meet a millionaire, but I can meet a woman who I feel like is potentially has the power and the mindset on what they got going on, that where they could be a millionaire one day, and feel like, all right, that's potential, and that's worth me. I don't want to wait until they become a millionaire to then sign up to be their friend. I want to be your friend when you still making it through, because that to me I think that's one. It's easy to say, oh, I want to be your friend when you're already a millionaire, but then you probably don't want me as a friend because you're like, oh, remember when you see me before? You wasn't even cool with me because I wasn't a millionaire yet. So I feel like that's what you think. That's what the whole potential thing is right there. I agree with a lot of what you said as far as controlling yourself and not controlling yourself. And like I said, you shouldn't fully date like that. However, I think that when you have that idea that a person can grow and you have grown yourself, it's something that it makes it realistic. It makes it seem realer that, I know who you are today, but maybe through a conversation, maybe through hopefully learning, that won't be who you are today. I don't want to believe who you are today is who you always will be. I would hope that tomorrow you would be somebody different. And hopefully we have a bond that showed that when I was there when you weren't the best person. When you weren't your best, I was there. That's what I think that potential thing comes in at, because it's the belief that this person's going to be, remember when you didn't know how to talk to somebody, I was there. And now that you learned to talk to somebody, you got promotion after promotion. Now you run the company. Who was there? Me. And maybe that can make us have a stronger bond, because I wasn't soft and I didn't just run when I seen you had a fort. Also acknowledging that I have a fort too that I need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully you see the potential in that I can work on that to become a better person too. I think that's when it comes to a relationship, that's that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I mean.
Yeah, and I think here's the thing though, but you have to like who they are at the moment. And I think where women get caught up is they just hope on the potential. And there might not be 10 things right now that they really like about them. They like more of the potential than who they really are. And you have to date where someone is right at the moment, because to get to those other places you're talking about, you have to go through some things. And if I don't like you at this moment and I only like your potential, that's where the problem's going to be. You have to like them who they are right now and absolutely believe that people change. And hopefully they should be in a healthy relationship. But you have to really like who they are in the starting point. And you can see all the potential. But sometimes women, all their liking is what they could be. They like that more than who the person is and how they're showing up. And that's what I was talking about.
Okay, I get you. I respect that too.
Gentlemen, did you
Can you
that was your
restate the
thoughts
question?
that was your thoughts on Latana and your answer?
No, I didn't answer the question. So can I get the answer? Can I get the question over? I don't know if Gemini knew where he can go if he remembered it, but I need the question over.
I got the question again.
Here you go. If a man can't be emotionally honest with his wives, is it wrong for him to seek support from another woman?
See, that right there is the whole thing is, like, you're the main woman, right? You're just that part, you're not fitting for me. And if you agree to another female, then guess what? I need that part that you don't have. That's just for me. That's the only reason. I wouldn't cheat. I wouldn't go out and get another one. That I'm working with two. But you're just not hitting that what I need, and you okay that, and that's what she brings to the table. That's just me. Something that you don't have, somebody else got that I need. I land with that.
But is it wrong?
I wouldn't. What? What do you mean? If it is it wrong?
That's the question. She's asking you the question. Is it wrong?
N- No, I have one, but I mean, like, no, it's not wrong. You okayed it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you okayed this other girl to come in. We good. I'm not cheating on you. She's in the house. You're not that person. I need that from that person. If that makes sense.
If I'm not mistaken, the question was if you have multiple wives already and you're not being emotionally supportive or emotionally what was it exactly? And then is it wrong if you go outside of that if you're not communicating that?
Is it wrong? Yeah, I got you. If a man can't be emotionally honest with
There you
his
go.
wife, is it wrong for him to seek support from another woman?
Want me to answer it, or you gonna go? You gonna finish it up, Jim? What's up?
Go ahead, bro. Lane.
I would say I would think that if he has multiple wives, or I don't think it's wrong, officially wrong, because that other woman could be a therapist. It could be a counselor person. Um, again, it wasn't, and I don't want to echo Gemini because I feel like he didn't get the question the way. However, you didn't say he's fucking this other girl. You just said he's talking to this person emotional. I would want to
Right.
know why those multiple wives that you're saying he has, why each one of them he doesn't feel he could be emotionally honest with them. I want to know why. And why wouldn't one of them out of those multiple, but I don't think that him doing it
And
is wrong. I feel like he's looking for something that he's not getting from them people. But I don't, and again, I think that that's, to me, that is love too at the same time, because I think that you can love a person. To me, loving a person doesn't mean they're good at everything. I think, and I can see how he possibly loves those, let's say, three women or two women, whatever multiple means, you know what I mean? However, I want to know why he didn't find one of those at least. If he had three wives, why wasn't one of them an emotional person that he could get that from? Or is it because, that's what I'm saying? I need to know his reasoning. Is it because the other wives are jealous when one of them is being too emotional supportive or whatever? What's his reason for feeling like seeking outside of that? But no, I don't think it's wrong to get support. And I don't think that anybody who really loves him would be mad about him getting emotional support, because if that emotional support is making the day go by better, then what's wrong with that? He's getting help. Like I said, it could be because you didn't say fucking the person, it could be a therapist. He might not want to have a man therapist. He might not feel he feel comfortable talking to another dude in that way. He feels like that could maybe make him feel weaker than that dude. So he wanted a female therapist. Would that make it wrong? No. He wanted somebody he feels possibly, not to say men are stronger than women or women are strong, but he felt like he feels like that. So I can see why he might want to be more vulnerable with a woman and be more not feel as crazy. And I think that, to me, yeah, even then, if he's willing to be at a vulnerable level with this person, he's not showing his, to me, manly attributes to her. He's probably telling her stuff that he wouldn't tell anybody else because he would feel like they would look at him funny, and he's hoping that she won't too. But I think, no, I don't think it's wrong. I think that it people, like I said, everybody want to wear every hat. Just wear the hat you're wearing and wear those hats the best. Wear the hat you're wearing and wear those hats the best, and don't worry about another hat somebody else might be wearing. Let that person wear that hat. You know what I mean? And I'll land with that.
Respectfully, respectfully.
Can I ask a quick question to the brother?
Go ahead.
What type of scenario would warrant a man getting emotional support outside of his significant relationships he have with either one woman or multiple women?
What would warrant it?
Yeah, why would you, if you're home, if you have these relationships, you're married or otherwise, but you're in a committed relationship, with one woman or more than one? What what would what would make you? Why would you think you can't go to the women in your home or in your relationship? Like what would be a scenario that would make you want to leave and go and talk to someone outside of the relationship? Or why should I say? Why would you do that? Why would you
I
Guess
guess
think
all
of?
one.
got y'all
I
all
got
got
you.
y'all period. Y'all all got y'all periods. I gotta go, man.
But yeah, and I got one that attaches to that. Is one that everybody on this panel has and everyone in the world has. It's fears.
But we all
Sometimes
know.
you're go ahead, Dirk.
No, I was piggybacking. We know fear is false expectations appearing to be real. And I'll let you continue. I do have a reason I would tell you, but you can keep going. My bad.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say that.
What I was going to say is, for me, an outside thing is and it's funny, yo. This is funny. This part of it is funny because literally, me and Sig was talking about this earlier. I'm not a person who likes to trauma dump on my home. I'm a very home-based person. I like safe places. So I might want to go over here and dump that drama or trauma or whatever I got going on that person, but then come home and forget about it. When I come home, I just want to be loved on. I don't want to be loved on because of what I went through. I just want to be loved because you love me. I might not want I don't want things to be, oh, he's going through the death of his auntie, so let's make sure we make bubble baths for him. I might not want no special treatment that might come from it from everybody else. I just want to say how I feel and expose it and get it out, but I don't want to say it to people who I feel like will treat me differently because of it. So I'll say it to this outside person because now I don't have to say it to y'all and I can come home and just chill and play the game. And if if my face is looking funny, I don't have to worry. You still thinking about your auntie?
So fear.
Yeah. False expectation appearing to be real, but yeah. But that I'm just giving examples of the fear, I guess. You know what I mean? That's what I was doing. Examples of what can create it. And me, as far as I know, for me personally, I don't want to have. I'm a very energy based person, not like crystals and all of that stuff. I'm not on new shit. I'm just saying that I like certain energies and I don't want to affect the energy of my home. I want my home to feel a certain way. So it would be easier to say it outside somewhere else. And I'll land with that.
If a man can't
I also like what you said, therapist.
respectfully, if a man can't be emotionally honest with his wives, is it wrong for him to seek support from another woman? No, it's not wrong. But this is when I said in the beginning, shadow work has to be done. And to keep it on, let's see, yeah, to keep it on the scenario, he's in a marriage and he has a female friend. And for him to express, seek support somewhere else, and just like I said, there's no sex involved. So even in that scenario and your response, and I'm not saying that would be your, that's just your response to the scenario. But even in your response, you prove that fears come from certain things. There's a fear of him, the energy shift. There's a fear of him neglecting me. You feel me? And a part of that would be the shadow work that has to be done, that he's already in the wrong by projecting his problems on someone else, to where his problems are following him from his wives. So whatever fears and insecurities that they already felt can be easily projected due to the fact that he's projecting problems. How and that's in an unhealthy. How a healthy way would the woman would confront it, and this is when he would, you feel me, if y'all on the same plane, y'all both know the same destination. You dig? This is how you move the blockages that she would have in her mind of confusion, and this is how he can move forward with everybody on board in a healthy union, polygamous. You dig? So our responses, and we I think we was more towards the negative of what people basically the fears and the insecurities of picking on that scenario, and that comes to prove that even what was it? Hold on. Yeah, even emotional support can be taken as physical cheating, which can be damaging. You did. So that's what I wanted to pinpoint on that. Shadow work has to be done so it could be a healthy union. You did. Another thing is studies on emotional affairs suggest many people view secret emotional intimacy as just as damaging as physical cheating. Any questions, comments, thoughts for us?
I'm actually that woman to about maybe 5 men, but they're significant others. They know about me.
Say that again.
I said I'm that woman to about 5 men, but they're significant others. They know about me. They know that we're friends because I worked around men for a long time. Was the work wife. I have multiple husbands. I guess I'm polyamorous, but I consider these men like my brothers. I look at them like my brothers, and it usually, the things that we converse about is usually, something that can help him, be a better man, to his significant other, or something he can do for her to make her feel more special. Those type of conversations, and then sometimes we have things in common that his significant other she may not be interested in. The brothers I build with, we're very much into comedic science and different things like that. His significant other, she may not be too much interested in that. We kind of build on that level, but it's never been anything disrespectful. And I consider them mothers from another. But they say brothers from another mother.
Yeah, bro, from another mother.
My bad. Phone tweaking a little bit.
We're seeing doubles.
Can you hear me? Can
Brother,
you hear me?
okay, we
We
can
can
hear
hear
you
you. We
now.
can hear you now, Jim. I mean,
I'm back.
Meg.
I'm back. All right. My bad. Yeah, to you at home, definitely you already know I like to continue the conversation to the you at home. Can a married person have a best friend of the opposite sex? Let me know what you think in the comments. We're gonna go to a quick commercial right quick. Bathroom break, water and all that.
Land Your Plane is a show where truth takes off and accountability lands. Guests face honest questions about love, loyalty, relationships, ego, family, and the conversations most people avoid. Want to be a guest or bring family on? If you have a story, unresolved conversation, relationship question, or truth you're ready to face, we want you on the show. Apply here. And somebody will get back to you or comment. Ready to land. Clear the runway. Your seat is waiting.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
It's a bathroom break.
Y'all need a longer. Y'all need a longer one. That was pretty
One
quick. Y'all
more.
need a longer one. Let me
One
know.
more, girl. One more. Girl.
One more. One more. All right, I got two more for you. Go ahead. This book is dangerous, not because it tells you what to think, but because it shows you who's been thinking for you. It exposes the illusion, the script, the invisible leash. After Cosmiscuous, you won't hear music the same. You won't see mirrors the same. You won't even see yourself the same. Warning. Side effects include awareness, freedom, and irreversible growth. Cosmiscuous. Read at your own awakening.
Hardcover, paperback, and Kindle, available now on Amazon. His secrets weren't just lies, they were debts, dangerous ones. She was just a housewife, routine, love, family, peace. Now, she has a choice, break or become something else. The God Lady, story of power, sacrifice, and the price of loyalty. She didn't choose the game chose her.
Welcome back again. Remember, can a married person have a best friend of the opposite sex? Opposite sex. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like a scenario. V was just talking about this. The work husband, the work wife. A wife in a plural marriage spends more time with a male coworker than her husband. She says he's her safe space because he listens without judgment. Her husband says she has created a second relationship without calling it one. We went with the females last. So, fellas, should a wife have a male support system that her husband isn't a part of?
Yes. Her fathers and her brothers. Her uncle. I land.
Yo. Yo. No. I don't know. I'm not really jealous. I think that to me, I kind of fake don't care who you. I just don't want to be a thing. So if like that girl in the beginning of the video that we seen, if all they was doing was just hanging out, and I look at it like her gay best friend, even if he's not gay. In my mind, like y'all not doing nothing, y'all just talking. All right, cool. Then if he willing to listen to you complain about work, I don't want to hear about work. So if he want to hear you talk about your job and all of that shit, that's what y'all into, then good. I'm happy you found somebody that's willing to hear that shit. But it's when I guess if there's other shit going on, yeah, then but no, if it's just if it's plain as just a listening person, I don't, man, listen, I promise you. I don't want to hear it. So I'm happy you found somebody that wants to hear it. And that's all y'all got. That's what y'all good at? Okay, yeah, cool. Keep letting them hear it. I don't give a fuck. I would only be more worried if they was talking about me or our relationship. That probably be something I may have a conflict with to some extent. However, if it's just shit I don't want to talk about, what happened to your sister, happened at work, you know what I mean? Things that I don't want to talk about, yeah, then y'all good to go. Keep doing it. Yeah, tell them everything. Somebody mess your coffee up again. I don't want to hear that shit.
Respectfully. Should a wife have a male support system that her husband isn't a part of? Just like Dirt said, he said the coffee joint. I think it's the thing with me. It would be the first. First if that's the one that you first want to call, first one to laugh with, first person to tell you news. This nigga knows your coffee order. He knows a little bit more things. That's the thing gets uncomfortable for me. You feel me? I don't think that's his place. That's where the fuck he should be. You feel me? Other than that, like you said, if it's harmless and anything else is going on, I'm okay with because that's what the world is for. We're supposed to, we're social beings, so of course we're gonna have, other engagements with people. So that's
Why
not the
do can I
problem.
ask you a question, Meg? Why do you want to know her coffee order? You about to order her coffee?
No, it's the
I'm just
thing of
asking. I'm just
knowing
asking.
knowing my. For me, it's the thing of knowing
It's
my
the little,
woman.
it's the little things. Like he's like that's something I understand what he's saying. It's the little things. Like he knows her favorite drink and he knows how to order it. Like I understand what he's saying, but I'm trying to find the right way to explain what he's saying and why that's so significant. Is basically he knows her, like he's getting to know her, the little things about her that
The
may
intrinsic.
seem, yeah, you know, maybe something you don't even know.
I
Yeah,
don't
and
want to
it's
show
a
up in the coffee shop with your work husband and he takes over your order. Like he knows what you order in front of me. Like, come on, man. That ain't cool.
and that's what he's saying. That's exactly what he's
Yeah,
saying.
that
Let me,
ain't
let me
cool.
just say this. Let me just say this right here too. If you had a like a Jeffrey, like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, they might
Yeah,
know your fucking wife's drink too. So the fuck what? Nigga, you know what she drink. I don't it her drink should have been important to me already. Why did it just get important? Now that he know it. I did this whole time I was with her, I never took time to learn her fucking coffee drink. This L7 ass nigga was able to learn her fucking coffee. Cool. You good at remembering coffee. If I open up a fucking Starbucks, I know who to hire. This nigga right here. I'm not thinking.
I'm the I'm the L7.
But we're already jealous though. You feel me? We're already jealous. I was gonna fuck that nigga on a drink like that part right
Yeah.
there. We're already
Oh, you know
jealous. I don't want to
you
be
know
that.
she like two creams. Oh
Hmm.
shit! I ain't know that. The fuck?
I,
I'm the L7. I want to know that.
Now you go home. Now you go home. You can't hang out with him no more. Why can't I hang out with him? He know you like two creams in your coffee. Get the fuck out of here! Like
Ladies,
she
any
know.
yeah,
Oh no, my bad. My bad.
any questions for us? All right, female question. Ladies, why is a husband threatened by, well, hold on, I'll read the scenario one more time, then I'll read your question. A wife in a plural marriage spends more time with a male coworker than her husband. She says he's her safe space because he's a listener without judgment. Her husband says she has created a second relationship without calling it one. Ladies, why is a husband threatened by a friendship if there's no physical intimacy involved?
I would think, excuse me, sister, do you mind if I'll go, or do you want me to go before? Do you guys want to go? I don't want to speak over anybody.
No, you good.
O- Okay. Um, I would think that a man knows the what's the word I'm looking for? He knows the incentive, not incentive, goals or something like that. Intentions, that's the word I'm looking for. A man knows the intentions of another man. And so I remember when I was seeing someone and I had another friend, and the other friend was actually gay, but he didn't really look gay. He had a very straight vibe. And so but my ex didn't like it. Even though he was gay and he had no interest in women, but because he didn't really, he wasn't like effeminate or anything like that. Um, he felt, he was still a man, and he still got a penis. So I think that, and that was a situation in which it wasn't a straight man, it was a gay man. So if he was like that with a gay man, then I'm pretty sure he would be like even more so with a straight man. And his whole thing was he got a penis. And so I think the reason why a man would have fault is that he knows that most men have an agenda. In case this has been my experience. Land with that.
Yeah. At the beginning and the end of the day, it's not that innocent as we would all like to think. Ladies, go ahead. Lashonda, Sonny, Reese.
I'm gonna piggyback off of what she said. Women know men's intentions, so it's harder for a woman to have a male best friend, um, from his perspective, because men are gonna be men, women are gonna be women, and the attention and the comfort that they might get for getting what they're lacking in their relationship, you know something's eventually going to come. Whether you put those boundaries up or not, that man's intentions are eventually going to shift to something more if that's who you're confining in. Um, so I feel like it's easier for a man to have a woman friend because some women, if they know you're with somebody, they'll respect it. Again, some. But men, they just don't care. So they don't care if you're with anybody, with not anybody, it doesn't matter to them. So I feel like it's very hard for a woman to have a best friend that is only going to stay in that friend situation.
Okay, respectfully. I always highlight something you said. You said they're the same. So is the work husband and the work wife the same thing? And that's to you and to the panel. Are they the same thing? Because you said they different. No, no, no. You said men are going to be men and women are going to be women. So are the work husband and the work wife the same thing?
I don't think it depends on the content of the character of everybody involved.
I agree with that.
What you mean involved? We talk about work husband and work wife. Are they
Okay,
the same
because
thing?
Like, yeah,
you,
you created that.
you could have a work husband that's a decent person, and you could have a work husband that's a dog. You could have a work wife that's a decent person, and you could have a
Uh,
work wife that's a scandalous, femme fatale type of chick. Yeah.
we get that. I get that. But that's the political correct. So, but they both still got work in their title at the end of the day. The dog and the polite nigga and the dog and the whore and
Now answer the question.
the secretary.
Now answer the question. We both know that.
I feel like
Now
they
answer
are.
the question.
I'm going to answer the question. I feel like they are kind of the same thing because it's the definition of a work wife, again, is somebody that you're working with that you're you're opening up to and all of that. A woman can have that in a male work husband. To me, it's the same thing. And again, not putting a title on it, you're talking to somebody because you're lacking something in your relationship. So to me, it's the same thing. Either way, it's a male or female, and it could be a woman who has a work wife as well. It could be a man. I mean, hey, no shade, he can have a work
Hey,
husband too.
hey. See where
I'm
it's
not
going?
saying again. I'm
You
not
see where it's
saying
going?
to each their
You
own.
see
But
where the hell it's going, man?
what I'm saying is like you can have a work
Take
husband or a
attention
work
off.
wife, and
Listen,
like
y'all gonna show up. Y'all gonna show up at our job having a work wife. We ain't gonna show up. That's the difference. Ain't no way in the world my man has a work wife. There's no way in the world. And I don't even like the word work husband and work wife. I don't that shit is disgusting. It's disrespectful even to have that title.
I agree.
You got
I don't agree with the title of it at all. I'm saying it's the
yeah.
same situation because all it really is saying that you have somebody outside of your partner that you're opening up to and you may be talking to them on a more emotional basis to get
Yeah.
emotional support.
I agree. I agree with my brother Mo. I don't really give a fuck. But now you calling me your work husband thinking it's funny. Like that's not that title fucks with us. Again, we ain't gonna show up at your job, but we are gonna come pick you up. We're eventually gonna see you engaging in some crazy shit. We don't care, but it's just how you present it to us. Right? We don't give a fuck. But there's no fucking way in the world y'all will ever allow us to have a work wife. Because you know what's gonna happen. Because if we are who we are, and she's just listening, she's the innocent bystander, nigga, she gonna like you. Because women is real. Now don't talk to me. You got a woman at home. Go over there. But one
Women
that
don't give a fuck.
accepted. Yeah, woman that accepted. Yeah. You ain't gonna like that.
I think men don't give a fuck more than women. Believe it or not.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I feel
Men
like
don't give a fuck.
I feel like women are more likely to be like, oh, you got an actual wife at home. Almost like what Venus was saying, where she's cool with these people, she's doing this, she's talking to them. That don't mean that they don't want to fuck
Bro, that's
her.
in every argument. If we
I would say that.
If we arguing, right? If we arguing, you're gonna bring that up. Go talk to your work wife. That's what y'all do, man.
I agree with that statement. I do think that men care less than women.
No, I'm saying like I think men care more. I think men care less than women as far as the potential of if this nigga is your work husband, and I also want to say this too. I feel like those titles are less giving from the person, or by other people that they work with. In my experience, that I've heard of work wives, I've heard more people not like they might accept the title, but I feel like it's something that, oh yeah, that's your work wife, that's your work husband from when you go in there or whatever. But I feel like at the same time, a dude who has a work wife or a girl who has a work wife, the work wife, I feel like women are more likely to be like, no, I don't want to. Sometimes some women are going to get down. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. But I feel like niggas, because there's for a girl to fuck a girl's guy, there's some power in that too. I'm not going to say it isn't. However, there's something about a man having sex with another dude's girl that has a level of power that they just be so hype. Yeah, I got her. Yeah, it feels it's different. So when he's your work husband and he knows you're married, I think that a man in a lot of chances, not going to say it's a definite, would be more hyped to have a chance to get some head at lunch. I think somebody's more likely to want to get some head than give some head. Yeah, she might do it. She might suck you off in the parking lot, but I think the nigga who you going to be sucking off in the parking lot is more likely to want that. You know what I mean? Because he's like,
we all seen Baby Boy.
But then we all agree that that's as dangerous as if you want to get some head in the coffee room is as dangerous as her sitting down saying what's not working in their sex life with him. Because rewind, if we go to the previous scenario, we expressed that even the energy shift is a fear. And
I would say that's not a
rewind to the first scenario. There was no cheating in there. He's just telling her certain struggles, dreams, fears, and certain things was going on in his relationship, and just that is as damaging as you getting head in the coffee room without getting it.
Yeah, that's more damaging.
No, we all agree, because I just asked the question: is the work husband and work wife the same thing? And we all agree. Her sitting down telling what's not working in her sex life and her relationship, and him getting head in the coffee room is the same thing.
I don't think you should be. First of all, that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be telling nobody what's not working in your sex life. I don't even think you should tell.
What I'm talking. Yeah,
like really, if something's not working,
we're not intimate. They don't gotta say explain. Yeah, they don't gotta explain what's not working. But just even talking anything,
we wouldn't do that.
Intimate.
I'm saying that
we ain't
no,
gonna
I don't
sit down and talk
I
about.
think that's like awkward as fuck. You telling somebody else
it is
about your sex life. Why are you feeling like we're friends? I think it makes more sense to tell about an argument than it do sex.
Right.
Is that not a real? You think that's not a real conversation that has happened? People not.
No,
I know
talking about what
happened.
You feel me? To their partner.
I'm sure somebody has done it, but no, to me,
it happened.
If you telling me
All right
now,
then. So and who the first is going to be to do that? You think in a
if I was
relationship?
your
The
work, if I
women are
was
gonna
you,
do that.
All right then. So she's sitting down at work, explaining that to her work husband. We're saying that's equivalent to you getting head in the coffee room from your
I'm
work wife.
saying anybody. Let me just say it real quick. Anybody that's telling somebody outside of the person they fucking about them getting fucked and not getting fucked is trying to fuck. Why are we talking about fucking? Why are we talking like where's this? Where like you telling me he don't be bending me over or he don't pull my hair? What the fuck? Now you want your hair pulled?
Dead ass.
Because like really, the automatic response is gonna be, I pull hair, I pull your shit.
Right.
And so I think that when you talking to somebody else, most of the time, a lot of times, so you do have good people who might not front like, well, I do that too. Yeah, you're right. I'd go through phones. They might say that, but most of the time when you're talking to somebody else, especially when they want to be the one to get inside it with you, they don't do none of the shit you complaining about. Everything you're complaining about, they don't do, or you complaining you not getting, they do it. He won't put a finger in my butt. Oh, he don't put a finger in there. Oh, I put two fingers. Like so, when
All
you
right. So
say
then
it,
my question to the panel and everybody is: the conversation as damaging as the act?
Okay, I want to say that I think the conversation might precede the act. If you're talking about what Dirty just talked about, like if you're
Yeah.
talking anything sexual, that's like foreplay. You setting up some kind of thing that's going to happen later on because that's not getting emotional support. You went somewhere left with that. So I think the conversation, if you're having sexual kind of conversation, then yeah, you're already setting something up. You're already putting that in place. That you've already crossed the line over there. That's not emotional support. That's a whole
You
nother
knew what
other
you was
thing.
gonna do. Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, now
knew what you was
respectfully,
gonna
yeah.
do.
Now, just saying. Well, any conversation going on with the work wife. The work wife is using conversation as a form of intimacy because she's for lack of at the home, and the work husband uses fellatio to you feel me for the lack at home. We're saying they're both the same act. As I'm asking, are they the same act?
I think they're both wrong. I think they're both cause problems. Like if you can only talk to the person at work and you can't talk to your spouse, how are you going to build something with that person? If you
Yeah.
really can't talk to them emotionally, how are you going to build something with them? How are you going to face the hard stuff when life
Mm.
comes up if you don't know how to talk to them? You're going to have to hold everything over the weekend and wait till Monday to talk to your work wife? Like that's not real. I don't. I've never had a work wife, work husband, or whatever. I none of that. I don't none of that because I just think that's crazy. I think that's a cop out. I think having a therapist that you go to and talk to, absolutely hands down, whatever. You got a sponsor, you got other people like that, your peers, cool. But you getting into that other dynamic, somebody, why are you talking to them? Do they have experience? Do they have expertise? Do they know how to have a healthy relationship? Why are you talking to them? That would be my
Talk to them
question.
because that's where you spend most of your time.
I don't
You spend
care.
40 hours or you spend 40 hours a week. This is who you're there with.
That doesn't make that's an excuse because what if I worked in a jail? So I'm gonna talk to the prisoners all day?
No,
I,
you.
I
I
mean,
mean, you could be talking to another CEO just like yourself. I mean,
maybe if you
the
got
only
that
thing y'all have in
dynamic set
common
up.
right now is your job. However, and the other thing y'all have in common is y'all gotta be there 40 hours a week.
That's a cop out.
You're gonna see your coworker more than you actually see your actual husband.
I understand that, but that's still a cop out. I worked jobs, many of jobs where I didn't have friends on those jobs. I had coworkers, but I didn't have friends. I made friends outside of that job. I'm not going to talk about my personal stuff at work. Like work
Respectfully.
is work. Like that's how you don't get lines all crossed up. That's where you don't have drama. That's where you don't have all that kind of stuff. You keep it clean. Like I have people that are my support system that are outside of work because most of the time I'm talking about the people at work anyway that get on my nerves. So I'm not talking to somebody at work about that kind of stuff, especially about intimate stuff in my relationships. That mm-mm. That's a no for me. Like I just think I might have done that when I was 20, maybe 30, but after that, That's a no for me.
Respectfully. Anybody else answer? Landed. All right. The lady's question is. Oh, that no. Was that the lady's question, or did everybody answer?
Like where everybody answered.
Why is it threatened by a friendship? I don't think we asked. I didn't ask that. I only asked the dudes. All right. Lady's question. Why is a husband threatened by a friendship if there's no physical intimacy involved? Did I ask that?
I think you asked the same
I
question,
don't
but
think
in a
so.
rephrased it different.
Oh, my bad. Everybody landed? All right, copy. All right, next scenario. Emergency Nah, we're not going to do that one. Let's see. Time is at 2:10. All right, let's take a quick commercial. Another bathroom water break. And we come back with the last scenario.
This is BK.
Mike Payne.
Carly.
34 and a half.
Hot boy Shay. Tyrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Asu.
Mo.
Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm 10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pen.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9 to 5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Whoa. Damn. Nah, fucked up, cuz. Yo, my bad, bro. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon that even the odds it was more than us.
A lot of people called me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, regroup. Another word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass. You ain't talking niggas. Oh, right. We outside.
I had people say, you just being you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no bully though. I ain't no bully, but yeah, don't take me there, bro. But other than that, yeah, just I'm that nigga, and I definitely feel like I'm that nigga. You supposed to feel like that. You feel me? Yeah.
Damn, she fine as hell. What the fuck you doing with this bum ass nigga? Might well come to my section.
Nigga, I wouldn't give you the time of day if you paid for it. Like she's a good person at heart. I just think she's in the wrong career field. You'd be surprised what type of men I see on a daily. Oh, what? That make you nervous? You scared?
Nah, not even.
I think you kind of see her go from a stable person to just kind of really wanting to hold on to a relationship that probably does need to end. Excuse me? It's been a few days with who? Who you been working with? And who are you about to compare me to?
I'm just tired.
No.
I need to get some rest.
No, let's talk about it. Who are you about to compare me to?
Nobody.
Was it the girl that dropped you off? Yeah. I saw that person drop you off. Who the fuck was that?
Friend that, everybody try to keep around in life, that's still, doing the normal things, having a job, taking care of bills.
No, I ain't got much, man, but I know I can only get $2.
Nah, man, you ain't have to do that.
Man, look, bullshit. It's your dream, man. You're my boy. Plus, I gotta make sure you give me a shout out, man, when you get your Grammy. I gotta make sure I contribute to your dream, man.
Go watch I'm So Tyrell, Make Some Noise on YouTube. Go watch it now. It's on YouTube now. Now we get a licensing deal and they tell us to take it off. You won't be seeing it and you'll be mad because it's on some sort of platform. So you getting first dibs to watch it before anybody. As we create it, we load it up and you get to watch it.
Welcome back. Thank you. Please go patronize all my patrons. Go make some noise over there on YouTube. I'm So Tyrell. Go check that out. Definitely go check that out. That God Lady, Cosmiscuous. Definitely patronize all my patrons. Please. Thank you. I forgot to ask that. Question for you at home. Can a healthy support system no, can healthy support exist in secrecy? Continue that conversation in the comment section and let me know what you think. Y'all all right?
Ready.
Don't forget my album coming out on Friday. Check my album out on Friday.
Oh, sure, yeah, let's do a little quick.
There you go.
Shorty on a whole different time than I am. She want me to be her man, but she don't understand this. Get fucked up my brain. Shorty on a whole different time than I am. She want me to be her man, but she don't understand this. Get fucked up my brain. Shorty on a whole different wavelength. I don't even wanna say shit, but I gotta keep it real. I ain't never been the one for no fake shit. Since I'm a star, making that gon' take concession. She don't understand, I need space if I'm tryna pull up in a spaceship. See, when you're worldwide, you don't always have time to be by girl's side. And seeing other girls like my stuff.
Fire. Definitely go
Thank you.
tap it to my guy. Out coming out Friday, right?
Well, that song comes out on Thursday, but the whole joint comes out on Friday. Yeah, that song comes out on Thursday. So get
That's
there
you
for time.
singing?
All
Yeah, that's
right.
me. That's
World
me.
premiere.
Oh, well, that's nice. Congratulations.
What are you trying to say, Venus? What's going on with you?
I was, I
You
wasn't
don't think
sure because I thought it was like you're because you always say I'm a comedian. I'm a comedian. So I'm like, is it, are you coming out with like a comedy joint?
it's gonna be music? I was a rapper for me and Nooch was in a rap group together for like 10 years.
Rap group.
We was. What do you
No, I just hearing that. Rap
We
group.
got signed to an independent label. Shout out, rest in peace, Rockadon. We got signed to a label. We went over there just to do some freestyles. We was paying to do the freestyles in the booth. And based on the freestyle, he said, y'all can come back for free forever. And we made a whole album. And on that album, I had some singing too. I had some singing on that. So, you know what I mean? I'm not killing nobody. So I don't feel like I can rap anymore because I ain't shooting nobody. So I think I got more of an R&B pen. I'm in that part of my body. So yeah, I just want to do that. I want to get on my Andre 3000, my Love Below. So I want to do some more harmonizing, So
Respectfully, man. Check that out. Probably world premiere that joint on Thursday. You heard? Definitely tapping with my guy. That scenario, the community support debate. A husband says every man needs a female energy and advice outside his marriage. One of his wives says healthy support should come from family, mentors, counselors, or trusted friends. Excuse me, not from someone who could become a romantic option. We'll start with the ladies first. Ladies, should support systems have boundaries based on potential attraction, or is that controlling? Yeah, I could jump out the window. Whoever.
Support systems have boundaries.
Should
What was the
support
second part?
systems have boundaries based on potential attraction, or is that controlling?
Mm. No, I think boundaries is not controlling. Boundaries are boundaries. They're healthy, because boundaries is more like a revolving door or a swinging gate as opposed to a barricade,
Okay.
you know. But I think, yeah, that should be established between the two people based on how they're defining the parameters of their relationship, you know, because a lot, listening to the different voices here this evening, it just made me ask myself, what is the relationship these days? Really, like all jokes aside, what is a relationship? What makes the basis of a relationship? Because I know standards have changed so drastically because we're influenced by so many things now. I saw something recently on social media, and I wish I could remember where I saw it. I think it was one of those moments I didn't save it, but it was I guess think she was a therapist, and she was saying something to that the dynamics of the values of relationships has shifted drastically in the last several decades, especially sexually. It used to be you waited till you got married, and people got married younger because they wanted to have sex. Nowadays it's like it's the standard of a relationship is not necessarily you're going to wait till you get married, or you're not going to have sex with anybody else when you get married. So there's a lot of things to consider. What is the premise or the foundation or the value system you have within a relationship? And I think based on what the two people decide um, on, what is allowed and what isn't allowed to be the determining factor. No.
Intention, basically.
Yes, yes, yeah.
All right. Because I was about to ask. Okay. Go ahead, ladies. Y'all want to answer, Reese?
I would say that again, some boundaries can be healthy. I can see both points of it where a woman may feel jealous, so they do try and control. Um, but I think again, the communication part and the honesty part, and like being realistic that you as a woman find another man attractive and a man can find a woman attractive, that doesn't mean that they're going to do something with that person. So I do think that that's definitely the communication and the honesty part about it. Um, but I would say like if whatever you work out with your partner, if that communication's there, then I don't think it would be an issue.
Okay. LaShonda?
Yeah, I agree with what the other lady said. I do think it is a personal choice in your relationship. And I think as long as two adults agree on what that looks like and what that is, and everybody follows that, I think then it can work. I think boundaries are healthy, to some degree. Sometimes boundaries are defenses, in ways of protecting yourself and maybe keeping people out that in not a healthy way. So I think you just have to agree as a couple and decide what works best for you, and then that's the right fit for you. I land with that.
Okay, so yeah, all agree on, and because the question I was gonna ask, does intention matter more than impact? And y'all all agree on intention, because intention, realistically, well, I would say, wouldn't it be realistically, can you see that person as a partner? Could you see yourself with that person? Versus that would be the issue versus them seeking outside support. I don't think it would be based on, like you said, intentions. It would be the impact of why the outside support. I don't. If they did see that person romantically, then that would be something that you would have to see. Not, you don't have to see them as romantically, but you would have to, get on board type shit. So it wouldn't be as far as if he didn't see them romantically and just looking for support, then yeah, the impact would be it's just support, outside support. It's not nothing else than that. Fellas, any questions for the ladies? I think everybody answer, right? Did everybody answer?
Yep.
Any questions for the ladies or any questions for each other?
I think everybody's still thinking.
Everybody deep in thought. But I got a question for you at home. Does transparency eliminate most relationship problems? Let me know what you think in the comments section. I want to
Was
thank
that the question?
That wasn't for that was for them at home.
That was for the what to say?
Yeah, for the viewers.
Was that kind of like a little bit of the question that was for the ladies?
Yeah, it was low key, but they all answered intention because I was gonna ask, does intention matter or impact? You go, yeah, you could pick up off that. You could jump off on that. Pause.
You can go. It's all right.
All right, now we're gonna land this thing. Sure.
Okay.
We're about to get up out of here. How was today? We crashed or we landed?
Landed.
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 Okay.
Hey.
Great show.
Oh my god.
Great show. Love you guys. Love you, ladies. Love you guys.
I got your landing right here. Hey.
Hey.
Get it back.
Definitely want to thank everybody for popping out, showing out. Appreciate y'all. You
Forget
already
about
know.
it.
Love is love all the time.
If you need me to come, you ask me to come over here, pause, and I come through. Hey, you'll have no problem. Hey, it's no thing, you know. Hey.
Yes, sir. Just close this thing on now, man. Tonight's wasn't really about side pieces. It was about access. Who has access to your heart when life gets hard? Who gets your first phone call? Who gets the truth before everyone else? In every relationship, someone eventually will become your emotional headquarters. The question is whether the headquarters is inside the relationship or outside of it. Maybe healthy support isn't determined by who they are. Maybe it's by whether the relationship can survive full disclosure. If your partner knew every conversation, every late night text, every emotional confession, would they feel secure or replaced? Because the strongest support systems doesn't need secrecy to survive. And the weakest relationships often don't collapse because of one big betrayal. They collapse because of 1,000 small permissions. So tonight, ask yourself, is the person helping me carry my relationship or helping me carry an escape route from it? Protect your peace. See you next flight. And thank you for flying with us on Land Your Plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.